Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. All black. uh, we still on chapter 2, chapter 5. We done moved on to tell lies television, television, in other words. Mm, I do not own the rights to this music. Peace to the king, Cool Mo D. That's that true school. You know what I'm talking about. Like you share, subscribe, and put your thumbs up like a hitchhiker. You know how we do it. Oh well. Yeah. I'm getting right into it, right where we left off. And it says, the example shows the efficiency which television can organize public opinion on behalf of foreign military crusades that advance the cause of world government, without even explicitly stating that world government or one world company is the goal. Remember, it was the television that told you to be envious of others who are American. This doesn't apply solely to the world of politics. Think back to Spain's 2010 glorious World Football Cup victory. The celebration wouldn't have been the same without TV reaffirming our right to feel proud, which you might not have realized because you were his humanitarian propaganda campaigns. Neither Somalia nor Kosovo, and certainly not Sudan, figured prominently among the typical Americans' concerns. Not at all. Excuse me. Let me do this. Uh, in fact, excuse me, over 85% of American public could not find Sudan on a world map. The same could be said for Somalia and certainly Kosovo, not to mention Iraq prior to the Desert Storm invasion in 1991. 87% of Americans didn't know where Iraq was on the map and had no idea who Saddam Hussein was until CNN, excuse me, CNN's diligent, relentless efforts to indoctrinate the American public made those military campaigns possible. Think back, do your own research. This ain't just words, verifiable facts. Nevertheless, what's absolutely mind boggling is that the public never questioned any of it. Instead, people chose to participate in the celebration, either directly, lining the streets and waving flags, or through national television newscasts. By the end of 2010, more than 1.5 million innocent Iraqis are dead, along with Saddam Hussein. 5,000 plus American troops and unknown tens of thousands maimed for life who are liberating the country on behalf of British Petroleum, Royal Dutch Shell, Halliburton, Blackwater, Chase Manhattan Bank, Bank of America, Citigroup, and an unending plethora of multi-corporations, multinational corporations, all vying for a piece of an Iraqi sweepstakes and wealth. Um, do you think Afghanistan is any different? Another war, another dollar, another list of unsavory statistics between thousands named for life. And for whom did we fight? U.S. government overthrew the world ever seen. Hamid Karzai, a major drug trafficker in bed with the same unsavory forces we came to fight against. Hi, Mom. Are we still number one? Number one in stupidity is what we are. So, how do you feel now? This is what you celebrated. And believe me, there is no difference between the jackbooted Nazi thugs from the 1930s and the jackbooted Democratic liberators from 2011. Without even realizing it, you became part of a mob, a fascist mob organized entirely by television. Don't believe me? Have you traveled to the United States recently? The airport personnel part of the Homeland Security Department, are the same jackbooted Nazi goons who dragged the little old Jewish ladies out of their homes and beat them to death with the rifle butts for pleasure and in the name of security. Hmm. While you, the model citizen, stood and stands idly by, speechless and helpless. Did it ever occur to you to step in and help? Hmm? Stop being scary. Be cowardly. Leave that coward shit alone. No, because you and your fellow citizens have been brainwashed by television to never question authority, no matter how shocking and anti-humane their behavior might be. Or do you really think you became this way on your own? Think back 30 years. Did people behave this way towards their fellow men? Hardly. Right. So, what happened? Along the way, somewhere we lost our consciousness. Consciousness is something we each develop to the degree we feel and think of ourselves. Insofar as we merely accept the emotional and intellectual commonplaces of others, we remain dead. Let's put it this way: the advent and the mass dissemination of television technology has rendered the Nazi model for a fascist society obsolete. It has provided a better, more subtle, and more powerful means of social control than the organized terror of the Nazi state. Most to most people, this may sound absolutely shocking. After all, what does an innocent celebration of democracy or football victory have to do with Nazism, right? Do ask yourself that and do your own diligence. Tavistock Institute, powerful information. We coming back. We in that chapter 5 and moving right along. Share it, like it, subscribe it, put your thumbs up, like you're hitchhiking, slogan. All black everything, think this plight, big dreams, many streams. Peace and love, y'all. Let's come back and let's do it again. Get it through the algorithms. We won't stop.